How's it going, family? Welcome back to the channel. So we have some serious things we need to discuss regarding this so-called Ethereum merge. And we want to talk about what is exactly the merge and how will it impact the overall crypto market as well as Saitama. All right. So in this conversation, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what the merge is. We're going to talk about proof of stake versus proof of work. And we're going to talk about the benefits that this merge will have, not only for the broader crypto market, but for the Saitama community as well. But before we get into that, let me remind you to please go ahead and subscribe to our channel so that you will not miss any content that we put out. All right, guys, let's hop into this. So I wanted to first look at this tweet that was put out by Mr. Vitalik here, and he is the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, and he put out a tweet. It came out on the 5th, which was yesterday, regarding the Ethereum merge, specifically the date, because that's important because this is when everything is going to happen. Now, it says the merge is still expected to happen around September 13th through the 15th. What's happening today is the Bellatrix hard fork, which prepares the chain for the merge. Still important, though. Make sure to update your clients. Now, what exactly is meant by the merge? Well, it's simple. It's as simple as this. And I'm going to make things very simple for our conversation because I don't like to be so technical and do all this technical jargon like some folks do, because you get lost in translation. You can't remember everything. So we're going to keep it simple. So I'm also going to show you an article that's going to, explain all of this stuff in more detail so that you can go back after you watch this video and you can read at your heart's desire. Now, back to what is meant by the merge. So let me paint the picture for you. This is what we have. We have Ethereum mainnet, which is the Ethereum that you and I know of today. And then we also have what's called the beacon chain. Now, the beacon chain is not a blockchain. Instead, it is something that's a network service. It's something that allows this migration from the proof of work to the proof of stake, which is where Ethereum is going to take place. Now, let's get into this article that I mentioned to you guys here. All right. So first of all, I want to show you this because this is going to show you a visualization of what the beacon chain is. It says the beacon chain doesn't change anything like we just talked about. It introduced the proof of stake, which is where Ethereum is going, and it will help coordinate the network, serving as a consensus layer and is essential precursor to upcoming scaling upgrades such as sharding. Now, we're not going to get into that technical detail. We could, but this is not the video for that. Now, as we move on to this article here, this article was found on Fortune and it's entitled Ethereum Merge Will Change Crypto Forever. Everything you need to know. Now, let's get into this. What exactly is meant by the merge? There's a section here that talks about that. We're not going to read it verbatim. You know, we don't do that here, but I did want to draw your attention to the section. Essentially, what the Ethereum merge is, it is a way of migrating from the Ethereum mainnet, which is what I mentioned previously, over to what's called the new Ethereum, the merge. And it's merging, it's using the beacon chain and it's merging, utilizing that in order to merge Ethereum as we know it today, Ethereum mainnet, over to a new technology. Now, with this merging over from Ethereum mainnet to the new technology, is going to introduce a network upgrade. Now, what do I mean by network upgrade? Well, essentially, it's going to allow Ethereum to have faster speed and processing because it's going to move away from the proof of work, which is legacy, to proof of stake. Now, Bitcoin uses proof of work. Ethereum mainnet currently uses proof of work. Now, there are a lot of angst about the proof of work, and this is what keeps a lot of people from wanting to invest in crypto. And you may ask, well, what is this you're talking about? Well, it's simple as this. The proof of work utilizes and relies heavily on a high amount of computing processing or computer processing power. Now, not only does it rely on a large amount of computer processing power, it relies on literally power, a lot of power. So as you can imagine that this proof of work is not sustainable long term. It is not really conducive to being environmentally friendly. And so one of the things Ethereum wanted to do is because they recognize this and they want to be the trendsetter. They want to eventually overtake Bitcoin as the world's most dominant cryptocurrency by global market cap. And this is just one of many steps that the Ethereum founder, the Ethereum team, they're wanting to do this to help Ethereum propel to new heights. Now, let's move on to what is meant by proof of work versus proof of stake. So if we go down in the article here, we can see that we have a section here. It talks about proof of stake, right? And it gives you one little sentence here. It talks about consensus, what, and all of those things. But I'm going to tell you exactly what it means. Proof of work, like I mentioned before, is currently being used by Bitcoin and legacy blockchains such as Ethereum mainnet. Now, one of the things that I wanted to point out, we're going to pause that conversation there, but one of the things I wanted to point out while we're here driving down this street is something that is very interesting that you may not have known about. You know how we have the Ethereum mainnet that we use today that we just call ETH or Ethereum? That is actually not the original or the OG Ethereum crypto. If you go and do a search on CoinMarketCap or wherever else, any type of coin aggregator where you can see a list of tokens and their global market cap and their pricing action, I'm just mentioning CoinMarketCap for the sake of this discussion. But if you go there and you type in Ethereum, you may very well see one called Ethereum Classic. Now, Ethereum Classic can be looked at as similar to Luna Classic in a sense that it's not the same situation, but it's similar in nature in terms of the naming. So you know how you had Luna, you had Terra Luna, the original Terra Luna. Then all of that stuff happened. We're not going to go into details. I got another video. You can take a look at that. Now, Terra Luna, when they migrated to a new version, which is called Terra Luna, right? It's called Terra Luna. The OG Terra Luna became Terra Luna Classic. So that's similar to what Ethereum did. The Ethereum mainnet, which is what we use today, the old Ethereum became Ethereum Classic. Simple. So you have Ethereum Classic, which is version 1. You have Ethereum mainnet, which is the current version. And then you're going to have this merge and this new Ethereum, which is basically going to be Ethereum 2.0 or version 3. So it's going to be called something else. All right. So I just want to educate you guys on that because that was a good tidbit of information that many people don't know. Now, let's go back to this proof of work versus proof of stake. Now, we talked about proof of work requiring a lot of processing power and a lot of labor intensive computing power. And quite frankly, a lot of power, which is environmentally friendly in terms of pollution and things of that nature. Now, proof of stake is going to utilize what's called validators. Now, you may ask, what is a validator? Well, a validator is similar to what you think it is, of someone who validates and processes a transaction. That's all a validator is. So basically the way it works is this. A validator is randomly chosen, right, through the blockchain, and those people have been vetted. They've signed up to be validators. Either you can be a validator, but there are some requirements, right, that you have to meet. You have to, deposit some of your ETH and all those things. I'm not going to get into details because we'll be here all day. But a validator essentially is an entity or a person, a trusted person that validates or adds a block to the blockchain, which is essentially processing the transaction. And because of this, it's not relying so heavily on computing power. And because of that, it's becoming more environmentally friendly. Now, let's keep moving on and understand why this merge is a big deal, not just for the cryptocurrency industry in general, but for Saitama, to be quite frank. Now, here we go. So if we dive into this, one of the things I wanted to point out is it's a big deal because it means business in terms of lowering the amount of energy consumption that is required. And then this section, it talks about all of that stuff. That's why I'm scrolling through here just to kind of articulate this as we go forward here. And again, this section is called Why is the Merge Such a Big Deal, where you can actually go and read on what I'm saying at your leisure. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to note about why this Ethereum merge is such a big deal is in regards to propelling Ethereum to be that global leader when it comes to market dominance in the crypto industry. And the reason it will very well possibly do that in the future will be because Bitcoin is still on legacy technology, which is the proof of work. If Ethereum is moving over to the proof of stake, it's going to allow the Ethereum blockchain to be more scalable. It's more scalable and more sustainable because it's using less energy consumption. In fact, it's going to decrease the computing power and energy consumption by 99%. Let that run through your brain. 99% decrease in the amount of computing power that's required under the proof of stake concept for the Ethereum blockchain. So as you can imagine, those naysayers, those people who are environmentalists, and there's no knock against those people, they have their place. I'm just saying this is going to take away yet another excuse for people who are sitting on the sidelines that don't want to invest in crypto because of the age-old excuse of, well, it's not environmentally friendly. You will no longer be able to use that as an excuse. Now, next up, it will allow Ethereum to gain more tractions in terms of people wanting to invest in the native token Ethereum, which in turn will also help other ERC20 tokens because, hey, Ethereum, if you run on the Ethereum blockchain, your token is an ERC20 token. Guess what? Saitama is an ERC20 token. So stick with me with this now, because I'm going to draw some comparisons and tie this together for you as we like to do. If Ethereum is becoming more efficient and the price is going higher, right? Because it's more efficient, right? It's using less computing power. You have more faith into using this blockchain. If Saitama is an ERC20 token, there's a theory that says so goes ERC20 Ethereum, so goes Ethereum-based tokens. And since Saitama is an Ethereum-based token, if Ethereum pops, Saitama pops. That is the key takeaway from that. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to point out and show you is this. This is very interesting. Look at this here. This is the global market cap crypto for all of cryptocurrency. As you can see, we are hovering around the $1 trillion mark. We are going back up. We are increasing almost 1% over the last day here. And as you can see, if we look at this and compare Ethereum to Bitcoin, look at Ethereum's price. It's around 1,600 at the time of this recording. And look at Bitcoin's price. It's about $19,000 at the time of this recording. Do you see something here? Look at Ethereum's price. Over the last week, it's been up about 9%. And over the last day, it's up 1%. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is still in the red. Now, look at their market caps. There is only, 1,000 million billion. There is only about a 175 billion. I know that we have these numbers here, but we're just going to call it 174. Let's call it $174 billion difference between the market caps of the two cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, with Ethereum switching over to this proof of stake concept, as far as their operating of their blockchain, can you see Ethereum eventually taking over Bitcoin? It may not happen tomorrow, may not happen next year, but eventually this will probably happen. One other thing I wanted to point out to you about the Ethereum merge is this. One of the benefits of this merge is it's going to cause the Ethereum token itself, I'm talking about ETH, to become the world's largest deflationary cryptocurrency. It's going to be the most deflationary cryptocurrency in the world, which means it's going to become more scarce. And it also means that all the Ethereum tokens, all the tokens that run on the Ethereum blockchain will also become more valuable because of that. Now, one of the things I want to show you guys is this. I want to show you some cool tools here. Now, this is called the Ethereum. It's funny because it's funny. It looks like I forget the name of that show, Family Guy or something like that, where you have these little characters here. They look similar to that. But this is what I'm showing you here. And this is relevant. You may ask, why is this relevant? Well, it's really relevant because this is a visualization of gas and all of the transactions that are occurring on the Ethereum blockchain. So the way to look at this, and by the way, this is found on txstreet.com. Again, that's txstreet.com. And when you go there, you just click on Visualizer and it'll bring you here. This is showing you all of the various places that are processing transactions on the Ethereum blockchain. So just to call out a few areas, you have MetaMask, which is the decentralized wallet. You have Shiba Swap, which is a decentralized platform that's native to the Shiba Inu token. You have 1inch. You have all of that here. And then on the right, what you have here is essentially showing you the gas fees written in Gwei. So what this is saying, the way to read this is you have 49 Gwei. That's high gas. 55, that's high Gwei. So 55 Gwei will process before 51 Gwei because it's more money. That's how much it costs. So as you can see, these are processes that are occurring in real time, transactions that are occurring in real time. So each one of these little bobbleheads are basically a person processing a transaction on the Ethereum blockchain. And when they go into these Gweis, that means that the transaction is being processed. And as you can see, there's a ledger there that's just staying stationary for whatever reason. Now, if you continue to scroll down, you can see that there is this line called the low fee line, right? There are over 75,000 folks or wallet addresses that are pending. Look at this line. It's like they're standing in line for some free food or something, but this is a line of all of the transactions that are waiting to be processed here for the low Gwei. The low Gwei, 14 Gwei, 16 Gwei, 21 Gwei. And we just looked at 50 Gwei being what's considered to be fast Gwei. So as you can imagine, all of these folks are here trying to get their transactions processed, but are having to wait a long period of time because of the Gwei, which is the gas fees. Now you may ask, why did I bring this up? I'm glad you asked, my friend. Let me tell you why. This is directly related to the Ethereum Merge, because even though it is a fiction, it's fiction right now. In other words, it is a theory that gas fees will decrease when the Ethereum Merge takes place. I think there is some truth behind that. Only time will tell. If gas fees decrease, right? Stick with me with this. If gas fees decrease, right? So you are processing a transaction. You're having to pay less gas fees. That means now with the money you've saved with the gas fees, you can now reinvest that to buy more crypto. So this is bullish for not only the Ethereum blockchain, but bullish for the entire cryptocurrency market in general. Now, one of the other things I wanted to show you is this. If you go to Dex Tools here, you will be able to actually see what the gas fees are at any given time or any given point in time. As you can see right now, low gas fee is 43 Gwei. Medium gas fee is 43 Gwei. So they're about the same. Fast is about 40. It just changes real time. So essentially you can look at this as about $39 it will cost you to transact or process a transaction through the Ethereum blockchain. So all of this being said, guys, is just to tell you that there is a merge that is inbound, that is imminent, that looks like it will occur pending no additional setbacks or no additional unforeseen circumstances that will hamper this merge to take place. Now, this merge, again, if we emphasize, will be positive, and it may serve as a catalyst for crypto in general, as well as for Saitama. Most of the time when you see things that occur that are major, like some type of hard fork or some type of merge or something like that, a major utility, because that is a utility at the end of the day. It's creating more value for the end user of the Ethereum blockchain and the holders because it's becoming more efficient, right? And processing transactions faster, leaner, and meaner. That may very well cause the market to pump. And so if Ethereum causes the market to pump, because it is a mover, you have Bitcoin that moves the market, Ethereum moves the market. If Ethereum decides to pump, then you can bet Saitama will probably follow suit. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Crypto Stream, guys. Remember to go ahead and subscribe to this channel. You chime in as well in the comment section below. Let's talk about this because I think it's a good topic to discuss. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you guys, and we'll talk to you guys again later.